Hey gang, what's up? Hello, first video 2020. I know I'm late, but I've had a whirlwind over 2 months. Welcome if it is your first time here. My name is Kaiyyah Imani and I'm so happy you decided to join me for this video. For those of you that are used to my normal curly hair, might look a bit different right about now. But don't worry, my curls will be back soon. I just straightened it because I really needed a fresh cut. Like, my ends were not too good. So this is quite an unusual video for me, but I just feel so convicted that we all need to start doing our bit to help stop climate change, because it's become evident that climate change is a real thing and it really has the potential to devastate the lives of so many people, like rising sea levels affecting low-lying places, global food chains being being affected. A lot can go on. So I've got my giant cup of tea here. This is my favourite new cup from Tesco. It's so big, you can't actually fill it up because you can't lift it if it's full. So if you want to go grab a cup of tea to make yourself cosy, and let's just have a chat and get comfortable. I was inspired to make this video and make these changes in my life after watching the documentary Chasing Coral on Netflix. It's quite an old documentary, but just really hit me so emotionally. Basically, my grandpa is a marine biologist and he spent a lot of his life researching coral. That's his specialization. So I've always been made aware about the sea and conservation and different sea life forms. The documentary was about how the rise in sea temperatures is killing coral, and if you've ever seen Finding Nemo, you know how intricate coral reefs are, how much the coral supports the rest of the ecosystem. So I don't know, the sea definitely has a special place in my heart, so it just hit me so hard. Like, I was literally crying in some points of this documentary. I do care about the environment, but you know, I'm not the type of person to be walking around with canvas bags, like thinking that's really fashionable, and Birkenstocks, and no shade to anyone that does, but you know, I'm just not that person. Like, I'm not that. No one's gonna get offended, are they? But you don't have to be that sort of person or a specific demographic to make changes in your life to help the environment, because we all live on this planet, and if global warming continues the rate it's going, some people are going to be affected more than others. I mean, living in England where I do, I would not be as affected by rising sea levels as people that live in smaller island communities. Yet, my actions in supporting globalised consumerism in its current state could directly impact people living in different places and cause their lives to end, their actual lives. So we all need to get serious about this. Sorry. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. Sometimes I think it can be overwhelming because we know it's happening and we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if we're going to be able to reduce CO2 levels enough to stop it in time. But let's not let the size of the task stop us from doing our little bit that we can do, because if everybody does a little bit, then that is a whole lot. I mean, one grain of sand is not a lot, but a whole beach, that's loads. So let's let's just really think about how the choices that we make impact other people around the world and will impact our children. And yeah, so after that long introduction, after watching that documentary, I went straight onto Google and started researching the best ways that I can make changes to my lifestyle to lower my carbon footprint. And I thought I would share all those ways with you. Firstly, I am limiting my use of one-use things. That means one-use water bottles, cotton pads, anything which I don't need and I can find other alternatives to, I'll be doing that. So I have made a pledge not to buy bottled water, and I am the biggest bottled water drinker. Like, I drink a lot of water. I like buying it in bottles. So I've got this. So 1 litre bottle. I think I need to get a smaller one for when I'm out and about, but I've been using this and I haven't bought bottled water in over a month, so go me. Also, one-use cups. I'm a Starbucks fan. I am a basic Starbucks. Definitely. I love me some Starbucks. So I've got some disposable cups. I do actually have a Starbucks one as well, which I will be using if I know I'm definitely gonna go and get a coffee. I'll be bringing my cup and save myself 5p as well. So cotton pads. So I've limited my use of cotton pads. I actually use makeup removing cloths, and they're called Magic Makeup Cloths. You can buy them on Amazon. I get mine from Primark and they are really good. They remove your makeup with only water. So I do that for my initial makeup removal, and then wash my face with my other cleansers to get rid of the rest. Snack pots. I'm buying the big bags of snack things. Like, I love Gray's snacks and, you know, like salty chickpeas and all that kind of stuff. Instead of buying the little snacks, I'm buying the big bags, and yes, I do end up eating more. Because, you know, I get hungry on the way home and I just open the big bag. But the idea is that I put it into portions and use it for my snacks. So we're working on that. The next thing that I will be doing is turning off all my electric sockets when I'm not using them and unplugging things when I'm not using this. Now, I always thought this was, you know, someone that's a really penny pincher. Yeah, they're gonna unplug all the sockets. I'm just like, no, that is not me. But let me give you some statistics. According to the Natural Resources Defense Council, the cost of plugged in but not used devices across the US is $165 per household, and that amounts to 44 million tons of carbon dioxide, or 4.6% of the country's total residential electricity generation. 4.6% is a lot, and it's a small thing that we could all do to lower our emissions. So to make that easier, if you have all your things plugged into, you know, the long power strips, it's just one unplug and then it's easy, rather than unplugging 5 things. Have some tea. Another massive thing that we could all do is use more public transport where we can. And I am massively guilty of just driving everywhere because, I don't know, public transport just reminds me when I was a teenager and I was waiting for the bus and it was cold, and I was so happy when I got my car. But I do live in a large city, so public transport to certain places is relatively easy for me and relatively cheap. So where is possible and where I really don't need to take my car because I'm going to be paying for parking anyway, I'm gonna start using more public transport. And I also think that local councils and governments should make public transport more affordable in certain places, because that can get expensive. A car is expensive, but once you're paying for a car and public transport, that's like, yeah. But, you know, if it's possible, I'm gonna be doing it. As we all probably know by now, I mean, we've all seen a lot about the rise of veganism in the past few years, but the meat industry is one of the major sources of CO2 emissions on this planet. Not just the animals themselves, but also the costs in what it takes for food production, to get food for the animals to eat, for us then to eat. Although I personally don't think that a completely vegan lifestyle is right for me or is right for every single person, I definitely think that I could reduce the amount of animal products I am consuming. So I have pledged to go meat-free for 3 days a week. I will be experimenting with new and flavourful vegan and vegetarian recipes for 3 days a week. I am also going to be really thinking about where I get my food from. Personally, I believe that the best and most sustainable lifestyle in terms of eating and food is just to try and source as much as you can from local producers. So I will be shopping at more local greengrocers. Where I do buy meat products, I will be buying them from local butchers. And I'll be trying to eat a lot of seasonal food and fresh food, because it's good for the planet and it's good for my body. I try to eat as much whole food as possible. And so those are the 4 things that I will be doing in 2020 to be more sustainable and reduce my carbon footprint. If you have any more suggestion of things that you think that I could incorporate into my lifestyle, then please leave them down below. Tell me what you're doing to help be more sustainable. Please, if you would like to, share this video, make your own video. Let's spread the message that we are all coming together. This is our planet. We are taking control. We do not want our children to be living in a toxic waste ground. We don't want people living in island communities to be submerged in the water. We do not want our coral reefs to die. We do not want species biodiversity to decrease. Like, we love this planet and we want to keep it safe, and we don't have to be people that live completely off grid, are really into living different types of lifestyle to make a change. Like, we can like the lifestyle. I mean, I love the convenience of going to Starbucks, getting things. I love the convenience of getting packets of things, but I don't love planets dying. Like, I don't like that. So let's work hard, put our ideas together to make new ways of doing things that suit people and are a lot better for the planet. So if you like this video, then please give it a like. It helps more people see it. And if you would like to stay up to date with me, I upload videos every week, sometimes. So definitely consider pressing the subscribe button if you would like to see me again. And thank you for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day, a blessed week, and I wish you every success in being more sustainable in 2020, and please be wishing me the success in being more sustainable as well. Thank you very much. Bye bye.